pale light in the hallway, and the house is breathing slow. I found your letter in the drawer tonight, from a summer long ago. I bought a dress for Sunday evening, soft white silk against my skin. You said we'd dance until the morning, but you never walked back in. Now the record player spins in circles, like the years I can't undo. And every quiet part of this room still somehow leans toward you. Some loves don't burn like fire, they stay like shadows on the wall, silent as a sleeping city, but they never leave at all. I still keep the dress I never wore, hanging like a memory behind the door. Every thread still holds your name. Even now, nothing feels the same. And sometimes when the night is still, I swear I hear your footsteps near, like love never really disappeared. It just learned to live without us here. The neighbors moved away last winter, the cafe closed 2 streets from mine, but I still walk that old direction, like I'm chasing borrowed time. There's a crack inside the mirror where your reflection used to stay, and I still turn the lights on softly, the same careful way. If you saw me now, would you recognize these eyes, or the woman who kept waiting long after goodbye? Maybe we were never broken, maybe life just pulled too hard, and 2 gentle hearts got separated by the weight of who we are. I still keep the dress I never wore, like a promise folded into something torn. Every night I tell myself I don't need you anymore, but the moonlight through the curtains still falls exactly like before. And somewhere in the silence, I still love you more. Morning slowly fills the windows, dust is floating through the gold, and the dress still waits beside me, growing older with my soul. There's a chair beside the window where the sunlight used to fall. I still catch myself looking at it, like you might be there after all. You always sat there in reading pages you never finished. One foot tucked beneath your sweater, tea growing cold beside your hands. I never understood those moments, how quietly they mattered then. Now the whole apartment aches with them, like music after the song has ended. It's dangerous, the way memory softens people, turning ordinary love into something almost holy. In the chair by the window tonight feels heavier than furniture should, like it's holding the shape of someone the world forgot to return. I keep the lamp beside it glowing even after midnight comes, because part of me still believes that love can find its way home in the dark. The landlord changed the hallway carpets. Everything smells newer now, but grief has its own stubborn scent that never fully leaves a room. I saw your brother at the market. He asked me if I'm doing well, and I said yes, without thinking, the way lonely people do. Sometimes I wonder what survives us after everyone moves on. Maybe not the grand declarations, maybe just tiny habits. The way you hummed while tying your hair, or touched my wrist while passing by. Small gestures too human to notice until they become impossible to replace. The chair by the window is empty, but somehow not empty at all. Your absence sits there every evening, quietly watching night arrive. And I think love changes after loss. It becomes less about holding on and more about learning how to carry tenderness alone. Outside, snow begins to fall softly. The city fades into white, and the lamp beside the window stays on for no reason anymore. The last night bus hissed at the corner, doors opening into cold blue air, and everyone climbing inside looked tired in the same liquor stores, closed diners, street lights trembling in puddles. Across from me, a young couple slept against each other, like the world had never heard them before. And for a moment I missed not you, but the person I used to be beside you. The driver kept on music playing softly, something sad from another decade. The kind of song that sounds like memory, even the first time you hear it. There are nights when moving forward feels less like courage and more like simple exhaustion from carrying the past too long. And the night was to somewhere else tonight. Felt like my whole life in motion, half empty, half lost, still trying to reach the morning. I lean my head against the shaking glass, while strangers disappeared at every stop, thinking maybe healing happens slowly, one leaving at a time. A woman near the back kept reading letters under flickering overhead lights, turning each page carefully, like it might still change the ending. Outside, laundromats glow through the darkness, tiny islands of fluorescent loneliness. And somewhere between two sleeping neighborhoods, I realized I hadn't said your name all night. Not because I forgot you, but because grief had finally softened into something quieter than pain. If you saw me now, you'd probably think I look older, not just in the face, but in the way I sit with silence still. I hope life has been gentle with you. I hope somebody notices the beautiful things I once noticed too. The night bus to somewhere else kept moving, past rivers, past warehouses, past windows glowing golden, distant apartments. And suddenly I understood, not every lonely road is tragic. Some are simply the distance between who we were and who we become after love. Near dawn, the bus grew almost empty, the sky fading slowly into gray. And somewhere inside the quiet hum of the engine, I felt my heart arrive somewhere new. Train passed by at 2:17, shaking the glasses in the cabinet. I woke up reaching for someone. hasn't slept beside me in years. The sheets were cold on your side again. Moonlight stretched across the floor. I lay there listening to the city breathe, like an animal outside the door. There's a tiredness that comes with missing someone. Not dramatic, not loud, just a slow wake living quietly inside ordinary hours. I used to think healing meant finally not thinking of you, but maybe it's this instead. Remembering without falling apart. And the train at 2:17 tonight sounded exactly like goodbye. Long, distant, still echoing after it disappeared. I closed my eyes and for a moment I was 29 again, waiting at the station, watching you leave through winter fog. I passed the record store last weekend, the one where we spent entire afternoons arguing over singers neither of us really understood, just because we liked hearing each other talk. The owner painted the windows black now. There's a pharmacy inside instead. Funny how cities survive heartbreak by replacing everything. If I saw you today, I think I'd notice your hands first. The small familiar movements time probably couldn't erase. And I'd wanna ask, did we waste our love? Or is loving someone deeply never really a waste at all? The train at 2:17 keeps running somewhere beyond this sleeping town, carrying strangers toward each other while I sit here with the past. But tonight the loneliness feels softer, less like punishment, more like an old photograph fading gently at the edges. Another train hums through the darkness. The apartment settles back into stillness, and somewhere between memory and dawn, I finally fall asleep. The apartment smells like smoke and winter, even though I quit last spring. there are still traces of old evenings hiding in everything. Your coat is gone from the hallway, but the shape of it remains. Like the body remembers warmth long after the fire changes. I poured 2 glasses out of habit, then laughed at myself again. Funny how loneliness survives in the smallest human things. No one warns you that heartbreak becomes domestic. It folds laundry beside you, sleeps quietly in your bed. There are ashes in the ashtray tonight, like little pieces of life we burn through. Not violently, not suddenly, just slowly enough to hurt. And every room still carries a version of your breathing, like the walls themselves haven't accepted that you left. The woman upstairs keeps practicing cello late into the evening dark, and the low sad notes drifting downward sound exactly like memory. I tried dating someone last September. She wore expensive perfume, but all I could think about was how differently you used to say my name. Maybe love doesn't disappear, maybe it settles into objects, into chairs, into shadows, into the silence after midnight. And maybe moving forward means learning to stop touching the wound, just to prove it's still there. There are ashes in the ashtray tonight, and moonlight on the kitchen floor. I stand barefoot in the quiet, listening to the refrigerator hum. And for the first time in a long while, I don't ask for you to come back. I just miss the sound of being known completely. A siren fades somewhere downtown, the building settles into sleep, and the last cigarette burns itself out without anyone watching. I don't feel you like a memory. You're softer than the past, more something still unfolding, more like something built to last. Not a hurt that keeps on burning, not a dream I have to chase, just a low and tender meaning, still alive in every trace. When the blue comes closer, when the whole world quiets down, I can feel your love return without making any sound. Love still moves in slow light, soft across my heart tonight, like the last glow holding on after almost all is gone. Love still moves in slow light, warm beneath the deepest blue. Even when I close my eyes, it still turns me back to you. I have learned that some emotions only deepen when they slow. They don't leave in broken pieces, they just change the way they glow. There's a grace inside the silence, there's a sweetness in the ache, like your kindness found a home in me that time could never take. No, I don't need forever, no, I don't need one more sign. I just know that when it's quiet, your softness leans into mine. Love still moves in slow light, soft across my heart tonight, like the last glow holding on after almost all is gone. Love still moves in slow light, warm beneath the deepest blue. Even when I close my eyes, it still turns me back to you. Maybe this is how it stays now, not in fire, not in rain, but as something calm and golden, living softly through the pain. Maybe love becomes more beautiful after all the noise is through, not because it asks for nothing, but because it still feels true. Love still moves in slow light, like a song too deep to lose, like a hush that keeps on falling through the dark, through the blue. Love still moves in slow light, and my heart still feels it too. Even when the night lets go, it leaves me close to you. I don't feel you like a memory, you're gentler than the truth. Love still moves and it still moves me to you. I drove past your street tonight for the first time in almost a year. The city looks smaller somehow, or maybe I've just grown tired. Your apartment was dark except for one window, a soft amber light near the back. And for one dangerous second, I imagined you were still waiting there. Not for anyone in particular, not even for me, just to wake in the quiet like we used to be. There was rain collecting on the windshield, traffic breathing slow below, and an old song playing so softly I almost mistook it for memory itself. Time doesn't really heal everything, it just teaches the heart how to carry certain sadnesses without collapsing beneath them. And the last light in your window tonight looked like love refusing to disappear. Small, distant, still burning against the dark. I sat there through two changing traffic lights, unable to drive away, because part of me still lives inside the life we never finished. Do you still leave books half open beside the bed and forget tea growing cold in your hands? Do you still fall asleep during old movies right before the ending scene? I wanted so badly to believe there would be another chapter for us, but some stories don't end dramatically. They simply stop being written, and somehow that hurts more. I used to think missing someone meant wanting them back, but tonight I finally understood. Sometimes missing someone just means accepting that a piece of your soul will always speak their name in quiet places. The last light in your window went out eventually, softly, without ceremony, like the closing of a piano lid. And I stayed there a little longer, watching my reflection in the rain, before turning the car toward home, alone, but no longer fighting it. Somewhere behind me, the city kept glowing, street lights stretching into blue. And for the first time in years, your memory felt gentle enough to keep. television glows without a sound. Blue light moving through the house. I sit with both hands around a cup gone cold, trying not to think about you. There's a photograph inside a book. I haven't opened since you left. You're laughing somewhere near the ocean, with your hair caught in the wind. Back then we thought love was simple, something young hearts always knew. Now I understand how quietly people can lose something true. No screaming doors, no shattered glass, just two people slowly drifting past, like smoke disappearing from a room. We were beautiful once, weren't we, darling? Before the silence grew between us, like winter after dark. And even now, some nights I still reach across the bed, half asleep, looking for your heart. The grocery store on 8th and Lincoln still plays the songs we used to love. And sometimes strangers wear your cologne, just enough to stop my breath. I wonder if you still drive slowly when it rains after midnight, or if somebody else now watches the sadness leave your eyes. People say time softens memory, but some things sharpen with age, like the exact way you whispered my name the night before you walked away. And I still haven't learned how to tell the truth about us without sounding like I'm begging you to return. We were beautiful once, like a movie nobody finished, still glowing somewhere inside me, long after the ending changed. And maybe love doesn't disappear, maybe it just becomes quieter, until it sounds like a woman alone, speaking softly to the rain. Morning presses gently through the curtains. The coffee's cold beside my hands, and somewhere in another life, I think we made it. There's a payphone standing on the corner beneath a flickering motel sign. Rain keeps falling through the silence, like the whole night forgot the time. I stopped my car beside the sidewalk just to watch the city breathe. A man in a dark coat crossed the avenue, holding flowers against the wind. For a second I imagined calling you, hearing your voice after all these years. But some numbers stay alive forever, even when nobody answers anymore. Memory is a strange companion. It waits quietly through the day, then returns all at once when the world grows soft enough to hear it. And the payphone in the rain tonight looked like something left behind by love, lonely, fading, still glowing underneath the storm. I stood there with your name inside me, like an unfinished line in a song, wondering if somewhere in another life we learned how to stay. The diner down the street was closing, chairs turned upside down on tables. A waitress smoked beneath the awning, staring out at passing headlights. I wanted to ask her if heartbreak ever ends, but strangers carry enough already. So I kept walking through the midnight with my hands buried in my coat. Sometimes healing doesn't feel warm, sometimes it feels like standing alone in cold rain at 2 in the morning, realizing you survived what broke you. And maybe surviving is enough. Maybe not every love story needs to become happiness to become meaningful. The payphone in the rain kept ringing softly, though no one was standing there. And somehow that felt exactly like the shape of missing you. Not desperate, not ruined, just a quiet ache woven into living, like winter folded into the air. By the time I reached the car again, the rain had almost stopped, and somewhere behind the sleeping city, a pale blue morning slowly arrived. The piano bar on Mercer Avenue still stays open past 2 a.m. Blue smoke hanging near the ceiling, like old regrets refusing to leave. I took a seat beside the piano while a woman in velvet sang two songs. bartender polished empty glasses without looking anyone in the eyes. Outside rain moved down the taxi windows, turning street lights into blurred gold rivers. And somewhere between the low piano chords, I heard the shape of your memory again. You used to love places like this, rooms where sadness sounded beautiful, where strangers carried broken hearts quietly without trying to hide them. Some nights the world feels suspended, neither happy nor destroyed, just full of people surviving gently, one song at a time. And the piano bar on Mercer Avenue tonight felt like standing inside an old photograph. Soft shadows, amber light, love slowly fading around the edges. I closed my eyes while the singer whispered a melody about leaving too late. And suddenly your absence felt so close, I almost turned to speak to you. A man in a gray suit sat near the back, staring into whiskey without moving, like he'd spent years rehearsing how to live with disappointment elegantly. Meanwhile the piano player kept smiling, even through the saddest songs. The way certain people learn to survive by making beauty from pain. The room smelled like perfume and winter coats, and the last slow hours before morning, when loneliness becomes softer somehow under dim music and tired lights. If you walked through that door tonight, I don't think the story would begin again. Some endings stay finished forever, even when love doesn't. But maybe I'd still save you a seat near the piano and the rain-streaked windows, just to sit quietly beside each other without needing to repair the past. The piano bar on Mercer Avenue slowly emptied, one heartbreak at a time, until only the music remained, floating through the dark like smoke. And somewhere between the final piano note and the silence afterward, I realized healing may not be happiness. Maybe it's simply learning how to sit peacefully beside what still hurts. Near dawn, the bartender switched off the neon sign. Chairs lifted softly onto tables, and I stepped back into the blue morning air, carrying your memory like a song too beautiful to stop hearing. There are dead flowers on the windowsill, still leaning toward the sun. should have thrown them out weeks ago, but somehow I couldn't touch them. You used to water them every Sunday while humming songs under your breath. Tiny ordinary rituals that felt invisible at the time. Now the apartment echoes differently, like the air itself has changed. Even the floorboards sound lonelier without your footsteps crossing them. No one tells you how quiet love disappears, not in one terrible moment, but in small neglected things. And the flowers we forgot to water still break my heart tonight, because somewhere between being busy and being tired, we stop noticing each other. Not all endings arrive with goodbye. Some happen slowly in plain sight, like petals curling inward, while nobody looks close enough to see. I found your grocery list this morning, folded inside a cookbook. Your handwriting still soft and careful, like you were trying not to disturb the world outside. Someone's arguing in the alley, a dog keeps barking down the block. Life goes on in loud, imperfect ways, while grief stays painfully polite. If I could return to one evening, it wouldn't be our first kiss or some dramatic final moment, just an ordinary Tuesday. You're standing barefoot in the kitchen, asking if I wanted tea, and me not understanding that this was happiness. The flowers we forgot to water still sit beside the glass tonight, brown at the edges, beautiful in a ruined way. And maybe love doesn't die suddenly, maybe it fades the way seasons do, quietly, gradually, until one day the room feels cold without warning. I open the window before sleeping. Night air moves through the curtains, and somewhere in the darkness, a memory blooms too late. The grocery store was almost empty. Fluorescent lights humming overhead. A tired cashier counted coins slowly, like the whole night had given up speaking. I wandered through familiar aisles, holding things I didn't need. A carton of milk, a bottle of wine, flowers already beginning to fade. There was a song playing quietly somewhere, an old love song from years ago. And suddenly your voice returned to me, clearer than the moment you left. You used to dance beside the refrigerator light, late at night in oversized sweaters, turning ordinary loneliness into something warm enough to survive inside. No one tells you memory arrives like this, not dramatically, not all at once, just in tiny unexpected places. When your guard is finally down, and the grocery store before closing tonight felt strangely sacred somehow, like grief and tenderness were standing together under flickering white lights. I watched strangers push their carts in silence, carrying invisible things home, and realized everyone is lonely in ways they never explain aloud. A little girl fell asleep in her mother's arms near the frozen food section, and something about the softness of that moment almost broke me completely. Outside, rain blurred the parking lot into watercolor reflections of blue and gold, and for one impossible second I thought I saw you waiting by my car. But it was only another tired stranger pulling their coat against the cold. Funny how the heart keeps searching even after it knows better. If I could speak to you now, I wouldn't ask why we failed. Some loves collapse quietly under the weight of ordinary life. I'd only ask, did you feel it too? That brief, beautiful period when the world felt softer because we existed together. The grocery store before closing emptied slowly, one lonely person at a time, while the old love song kept playing, like memory refusing to clock out. And somewhere between the flowers and fluorescent lights, I finally understood something gentle. Healing isn't forgetting someone, it's learning to remember them without losing yourself completely. Near midnight, the cashier locked the doors, the lights dimmed one row at a time, and I walked back into the quiet rain, carrying less sadness than before. There's a woman sitting alone at table 7 in the cafe that never really closes. A cigarette burning slowly in her hand, while midnight leans against the windows. The waiter already knows her order: black coffee, no sugar. The kind of sadness that becomes routine after enough years. Outside, buses sigh through rainy streets, neon reflections trembling in puddles, and somewhere in the corner an old jukebox plays a song about leaving. She keeps staring at the empty chair across from her, like memory might still arrive late, like love could walk back through the door someday. Sometimes it looks elegant, quiet, well-dressed, and unbearably tired. And the woman at table 7 tonight looked exactly how heartbreak ages. Beautiful, fragile, still holding herself together in public. I couldn't stop watching her silhouette beneath the dim cafe light, thinking maybe every lonely person eventually recognizes themselves in another. She touched the rim of her coffee cup slowly, like someone remembering a hand. And when she finally smiled at something distant, it nearly broke my heart. The bartender turned the music lower, chairs scraping softly against the floor, while the city outside kept moving without asking who got left behind. The young couple rushed in from the rain, laughing, carrying too much future in their eyes. And suddenly the whole room felt divided between beginnings and survivors. Maybe grief becomes gentler with age, not smaller, not lighter, just more familiar to carry. Like an old winter coat, heavy at first, then strangely comforting against the coldness of the world. The woman at table 7 finally stood up, putting cash beneath the empty cup. One last song fading through the speakers as the rain softened outside. And for a moment before she disappeared, she looked almost peaceful somehow, like she had finally made room for both memory and tomorrow. Near dawn, the cafe lights dimmed low. The streets turned pale blue with morning, and the empty chair at table 7 stayed quietly facing the door. I walk past our old neighborhood tonight. The bakery still closes too early, and the laundromat windows still glow blue against the tired evening rain. There was a couple arguing softly outside the corner grocery store, and somehow it reminded me how love can survive even inside exhaustion. You always wanted a small apartment there with plants hanging near the kitchen sink, and records stacked beside the sofa, like ordinary life was enough. Back then I thought forever would arrive naturally, the way seasons do, without effort, without fear. But no one teaches you how quickly tenderness can disappear when two people become too tired to say what they really mean. In the street where we almost stayed still aches inside my chest tonight, like a future that briefly existed before life turned away from it. I stood beneath the traffic lights, watching strangers hurry home, thinking how close we once came to growing old together. Your favorite bookstore became a cafe, the movie theaters closing next spring. Even the city started forgetting the places where we loved each other. Meanwhile, I still remember everything, the exact sound of your keys at the door, the way you'd fall asleep on my shoulder halfway through late night television. It's strange how memory preserves small things long after the important ones collapse. If I could speak to the version of us walking hand in hand down that street, I wouldn't warn us about heartbreak. I'd only say, look carefully, this is your life. This ordinary, beautiful moment will one day become sacred. And the street where we almost stayed still glows somewhere behind my eyes. Wet pavement, storefront lights, your reflection moving beside me. But tonight the memory feels different, less like grief, more like gratitude for having loved someone deeply enough to miss them this long. The rain finally stopped near midnight, cars hissed softly through the dark, and I kept walking slowly home with your name quiet inside me. The taxi smelled like rain and old leather. Street lights slid across the window slowly, and the driver looked at me through the mirror like he already understood the night. I gave him your old address by accident before correcting myself too late. He nodded without saying anything and kept driving through the empty avenues. Somewhere downtown a siren echoed, blue lights spilling over wet concrete. The city looked exhausted at that hour, like every lonely thing had finally surfaced. I rested my head against the glass, watching strangers disappear behind fogged windows, wondering how many people tonight were also trying not to remember someone. There are nights the world feels unbearably human, too many quiet heartbreaks, passing each other beneath neon signs, without ever speaking aloud. And the taxi driver knew my name tonight, not because we'd met before, but because sadness starts looking familiar after enough years alone. He drove slowly through the sleeping city while old soul music light and headlights, I almost felt less broken. We stopped at a red light near the river, where you once kissed me in winter. You said the water looked endless at night, like love before reality touches it. I laughed back then too easily, certain nothing could leave us. It's strange how confidence disappears without making a sound. The driver asked if I was okay, in that careful way older people do, like he already knew. The honest answer would take all night. Maybe grief creates a language only certain people learn to hear, in long silences and tired eyes, and the way someone pauses before going home. And maybe surviving heartbreak means recognizing pieces of yourself inside complete strangers. The taxi driver knew my name tonight, even though I never said it, because loneliness leaves fingerprints on the way a person moves through darkness. When we finally reached my building, rain had started fading into mist, and for the first time in months, home didn't feel entirely empty. The taxi disappeared beyond the corner, jazz fading softly with it, and I stood beneath the quiet street lamp, listening to the city breathe again. The record store near the river still opens late on Sundays, just floating through golden light, like time never fully moves there. I stepped inside to escape the rain. The bell above the door rang softly. An old man behind the counter nodded without looking up from his newspaper. Rows of vinyl lined the walls, love songs from forgotten decades. Somewhere between the crackling speakers, your memory sat down beside me again. You always touched album covers carefully, like they carried fragile histories, turning each sleeve over slowly, reading lyrics like prayers. Some places don't belong to the present, they survive quietly outside of time. Bring their ghosts back through the door. And the record store near the river tonight felt warmer than my own heart does. Soft static, dim light, old melodies refusing to disappear. I stood there listening to our favorite singer while rain trembled against the windows, thinking maybe love never really leaves. It just changes the rooms where it lives. A teenage boy asked for something romantic. The owner smiled without answering, then handed him a worn-out vinyl. Like heartbreak was part of growing older, I almost laughed at that moment. carrying unfinished love outside. Headlights slid across the water, silver moving through black waves, and the whole city looks suspended between memory and morning. If I could meet you one last time, I wouldn't try to repair anything. Some songs sound beautiful because they end before the feeling fades. I'd only sit beside you silently one more rainy evening, listening to records spin slowly while the world disappeared outside. The record store near the river emptied slowly, one customer at a time, until only the music remained and the soft hum of fluorescent lights. And somewhere between the final chorus and silence, I finally understood something gentle. Maybe healing begins the moment memory stops fighting reality. When I stepped back into the cold night air, the rain had almost disappeared, and behind me the music kept playing for someone else learning how to let go. The old movie theater on Carson Street still glows red after midnight, even though half the seats are broken now and hardly anybody comes anymore. I bought a ticket I didn't really want, just to sit somewhere warm and dark. The girl behind the counter looked half asleep, blue light flickering across her face. Inside, dust moved through the projector beam like tiny ghosts trapped in the air. And suddenly I remembered your laughter echoing beside me years ago. You always cried at sad endings, even before the music faded out, while I pretended not to notice, just to keep you talking longer. Funny how memory edits people, softening sharp edges with time, until heartbreak starts looking beautiful from far enough away. And the movie theater on Carson Street tonight felt exactly like missing you. Old velvet seats, faded colors, still holding warmth from another life. I sat alone beneath the screen glow, listening to strangers breathe in the dark, thinking maybe loneliness is just love with nowhere left to go. A couple near the back row held hands like the world outside couldn't touch them, and for a moment I envied how young their future still looked. Meanwhile, I kept watching reflections dance across the empty aisles, realizing grief doesn't always disappear. Sometimes it simply learns better manners. Outside, rain gathered beneath the marquee lights, turning the sidewalk silver blue. The city looked like an old photograph, slowly folding into itself. If I could step inside one memory forever, it wouldn't be our first kiss, or the night you left trusting me with your silence. The movie theater on Carson Street emptied slowly, credits rolling across the screen, while people disappeared back into their separate lives. And somewhere between the final song and silence, I finally stopped asking the past to become the future again. Because maybe love's real purpose was never permanence. Maybe it was simply teaching us how deeply a heart can feel. Near dawn, the neon sign switched off. The street fell quiet beneath the rain, and I walked home carrying your memory, like an old film too beautiful to throw away.